Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your December new moon reading. The new moon is in 1 degree of Capricorn. The sun and the moon are united on that day, and it is occurring a couple of days after the winter solstice. So this reading kind of combines the energies that are easing us out of 2022 to 2023. So welcome to those of you that are new, and welcome to my returning friends. Let's get started with your overall energy for Taurus, the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is showing me that you have absolutely released an incredible amount of burdens from your past. You have gained some critical understandings of some disappointments, some heartaches, even failures that you have until now felt responsible for, but you've kept them hidden, and you're now realizing how you can shed light on these disappointing experiences and grow from them. You have grown. You've really released an old way of life, an old way of thinking, certainly an old way of treating yourself. You are forgiving yourself for these difficult experiences that you had. You're forgiving yourself for believing that you were a victim. You're forgiving others, particularly, and extending the compassion that you are now learning to show yourself to those who may have perpetrated some of these unhappy experiences in your life. In the 10th house, where we experience lots of healing and lots of activity in the social world, the way others see us, the Queen of Cups is showing your most generous, most compassionate energy that you have intentionally understood was needed by the people that are important in your life. People come to you for your understanding. They want to come to you for your understanding. And my sense is that this is in particular to some episodes of healing from your past, some realizations you've gained about the way perhaps you were hurt or damaged, and also ways in which you played a role in those experiences that you're now able to take responsibility for you. The Queen of Cups puts emphasis on the compassion, the forgiveness, the care and attention and love that you're able to pour into yourself, recognizing that your vulnerabilities are becoming your strengths. This ability to overcome hardship is what is defining you now, and what others are seeing and being attracted to. Understanding that you are able to give support and comfort to those without them even having to ask. In the first house, we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is showing your focus to be on moving into unfamiliar territory. Now that you have really owned and released the disappointments from the past, recognized your strengths, your abilities in understanding those, commanding those, and who you are, you now have the strength and confidence to move into new areas of growth, new ways that you would like to explore the world, quest for new opportunities that you see available to you. In the fourth house, the house of your home, the Nine of Wands indicates you're very close to completing an old cycle. You have internalized responsibilities and obligations for many others. This is part of your caregiving personality, your ability to give love, harmonize, and balance out social situations, beautify your world. This you've invested mightily in on behalf of many others. This can be you with children, with grandchildren, really understanding your responsibilities as a caregiver in your home, to your lineage, to your tribe. You are exhausted. This is the end of a cycle for you, of a way of life. And my sense is your ability as a parent, whether you are a male or a female, your ability to provide and protect others, you are almost at the end of that cycle of completion. You've achieved that. You are able and willing to let this go. And this is indicating the way that you have invested and endeavor regularly and consistently in your life on behalf of others. In the 7th house, the house of your significant others, we have the 5 of Cups. And there is some grieving that you have been experiencing. There has been a lot of focus on the past, on events, opportunities, missed failures, heartaches, and rather than look at the details of what has been lost, and that may have been a big focus, that may be a focus of your attention right now. In your relationships, what is gone, what is no longer with you, you are turning to appreciate what remains, and that is in your ability to connect with those partners, those intimates who are still connected deeply to you based on the knowledge you've gained of yourself through these experiences. The ability to connect is stronger than ever as you've learned so much about yourself, so much about your journey through these losses, through this remorse and grieving, and the ability to express those emotions. In the 1st house, the 2 of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles in the 2nd house and the 5 of Pentacles in the 3rd house. You have a new opportunity to move in a new direction, to grow new wealth or abundance. You are abundant in your resources, in your values, your money, your security is abundant, and there's new opportunities here for you, a new direction. You are coming from a place of not having felt enough, and this may be a dynamic in your family of origin in particular. I'm not sensing this is a feature of your current family situation or intimate relations, who you're communicating with, but these are people that you've grown up with, your siblings, even parents. That situation where you often sought comfort in the past, the people that supported you in the past, you no longer feel that support. You may even be recognizing that the support you needed then and now was not, this community, this tribe was not capable of giving it to you. Your values are out of sync. They may have always been out of sync, but now you have the courage to move away from this particular group and to find new alliances, new associations that are a better match for where you are and the things that you want to accomplish. The 9 of Wands in the 4th house is clarified by the 7 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles in the 6th house. A lot of pentacles, there's a real focus on your stability, your security, growing your abundance. You have worked from a place of abundance when working with others. When you are a master of resourcefulness, you know exactly how to take what you have and make that into what you need. At this this point, you are moving on to a new level of abundance where you want more and you are working from a place of deservedness. You have carved out your niche, your purpose, your path. You know what you're supposed to be doing here on earth, what you want to contribute to the collective. You are speaking up for yourself much more than you have in the past. You're no longer deferring to the group think that may have characterized your home life, most definitely, but even your formative experiences as a youth, those associations, those clubs, those groups that provided you a kind of safety, a manual for how to live. You're recognizing that you've moved beyond that, and you're now in a position to invest in material abundance, greater comfort, greater resources, because there's more that you're now capable of doing. There's a new pathway, a new life, a new journey laid out for you. And you are taking the skills of mastery that you've already demonstrated in your life, and you're applying that to a new project, a new creation, a new journey that serves your ideas, your plans, something you want to create from the sense of values and expertise that you have now. The Five of Cups in the 7th house is clarified by the Page of Swords in the 8th house and the Ten of Pentacles in the 9th house. It is your curiosity about your partners, the people that you're working with, your collaborators, your team, your peers. You are curious about their experience and the way that they think or do things. You are recognizing that your perspective has grown. You have shifted significantly so that your understanding of the truth or the truth of your experience is open up to not only the diversity of other experiences that exist in your world, but also to new inspirations, new ideas. You're seeking greater exposure in the world, seeking the way others have done things, because your opportunities now are different from what you anticipated at another stage in your life. You're willing to learn, to grow, to step back and be taught, to listen. This is all towards your consideration of legacy. And for many of you that I'm reading for, my sense is that you have participated in a rich cultural or ancestral inheritance, be that that it may not, most likely was not a literal financial inheritance, but it was, at whatever level you experience, some kind of cultural tradition, heritage, or inheritance that you've benefited from, and you now recognize that you can participate in this legacy by building on and contributing the wisdom of how you've built and generated resources. That is to make them available to more people, not only your children, but to new generations. What you've learned, you're willing and anxious to share so that others can learn and grow for themselves. The Queen of Cups in the 10th house is clarified by the Page of Cups in the 11th house and the Fool in the 12th house. The second page is showing me that the accomplishments that you have achieved, the experience that you are mastering, is really opening you up to new ideas and the courage to experience a range of emotions that have been generated from your experiences. Sometimes we deny these emotions because it's difficult for us to look at the ways in which we haven't always received the things that we would have desired. However, your willingness to step back and not be an expert, not be the authority, but to open up to the authority and the expertise of others, to learn, to be curious, to talk about the range of experiences, the complexity of your experiential knowledge, is really deeply liberating you to a place where you have such supreme faith in your ability to manifest what you need, that you no longer need to have a concrete end to the end of this new journey, this new path. Instead, what replaces the knowledge, what has prevented you from moving onto this unknown path in the past, is the fear of the unknown. At this point, there's very little about yourself that is unknown. You've learned how to use the tools that you have in order to craft what you need, and you've learned to do that with others. You are on the verge of a really deep liberation. In fact, you're engaged in it as we speak, and this is beautiful because it promises new adventures in a new world. I'm going to finish off this reading, Taurus, with an oracle card. And I pulled Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. I hope this has been helpful to you, Taurus. If this reading has resonated for you, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I look forward to seeing you. Until next time, Namaste.